Endrith turned slowly, and with a practiced, ghostly silence. He met Morven's eyes briefly. He could see the reprimand forming in his commander's expression, but recognized that he was withholding it. The high elf straightened to his full height, towering over the man before him. Faylor took an involuntary step back as Endrith advanced upon him. "For one, Iret kin," started Endrith, using the same emphasis on the old, formal name for the mortal man's people that Faylor had used when speaking of the high elf's own. "These footfalls are lighter than the goblins. The imprints are so shallow that their markings are barely visible. Despite this, the stride lengths are nearly twice as long, so whatever made those prints was taller and larger than its peers, yet weighed substantially less." Endrith took another step towards the human. He had had enough of Faylor's mistrust. He was more than capable of providing the proof that had been demanded. "Second, look at the surface of the snow. I know, to you, snow is just snow, but not to me. You see, those light tracks are iced over, not melted and refrozen in an icy depression as happens with heavy boots, but rendered more solid by the touch of the footfall." Endrith leaned down so that he was eye to eye with the human. He could smell the faint scent of alcohol hanging on his breath. Faylor had been drinking again. "If you don't believe me on that either, have faith. I will show you," the high elf said. As he spoke, Endrith deftly snatched the water skin from Faylor's hip and turned, removing the stopper as he did. Before the soldier could protest or make a move to stop him, Endrith emptied nearly half of the skin over the strange tracks. Faylor cried out in protest, reaching for the container, but Endrith held up his hand and crouched back down over the prints. When he rose, the high elf was holding a frozen disc of blood-red wine, identical to the frozen boot print beside him. "A colder cold amid the cold," Endrith said with a small smile. "Whatever made those prints gives off a lingering chill, frigid enough hours later to freeze wine in seconds." Endrith paused, handing both the frozen boot print and the wineskin back to Faylor, who took them back sheepishly. After taking a breath to calm himself, Endrith returned to his lecture more gently. "You're right, of course. I haven't seen what lies hidden under every rock and stone in this land. But everything I have seen tries its hardest to survive the cold, not make it colder. I call that proof enough of something strange, and good reason to believe that whatever made these prints isn't from here."